What up? It's Jimmy from odds.com. This is a clip from our big NCAA football bowl extravaganza, and we are running white hot right now. We break down the 8 games on January 1st and January 2nd, the 8 bowl games. To watch the entire show, hit the link at the bottom of the screen. It's available exclusively on odds.com. This is what we have. We're moving on to the Fiesta Bowl, but for the Outback Bowl, we're all so Big Boss first half over 33, John Ryan over 65 full game, and the plus 270 money line. That over 65 at minus 110. Where did I get that for? I believe I got you for that circa. Yeah, let me just have that notes here.
And let me get the over full game too, Jimmy. Let me double up on that.
So you want that over 65 as well? Over 65.
Yeah.
Minus
I'm rolling with the wizard. You know, they call John Ryan the wizard around Twitter. I'm rolling with the wizard.
All right. I saw that once.
Ragu at plus 9.5, minus 112. And full game under 65.5. And I've doubled up. Ben MGM still hanging at 3.5 at minus 120 on the first half. I'll take that. And then full game minus 8, best I can find. Okay. We move on to the Fiesta Bowl. 4 p.m. Eastern is when we pop off. John Ryan's going to be starting this breakdown. We have number 25 ranked Oregon Ducks versus number 10 Iowa State Cyclones. Oregon 4-2, Iowa State 8-3. We're at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. 2 games left on this card. So this total opened up at 56.5 in the license books. It's shut up to 58. They're even at 58.5. But the indicator books have kept it at 57.5. The Iowa State Cyclones open up as 4-point favorites, and that's where they stand right now. Oregon bounced back from back-to-back road losses at Oregon State and California by replacing the Huskies in the Pac-12 title game because of the Huskies' COVID issues and defeating USC 31-24. Their offense was strong all year, gaining 429.7 yards, 33.7 points per game. 6'5" sophomore quarterback Tyler Shuck completed 62.7% of his passes for 1,480 yards, 13 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. He also ran for 263 yards and 2 touchdowns. And I'm high on this quarterback. I think he'll play on Sundays when he's done in Oregon. They have 3 receivers who caught 13-plus passes for 200-plus yards. And remember, this is just 6 games. So they also have 2 dangerous tight ends. Running back Travis Dye ran for 391 yards, 1 touchdown. Running back C.J. Verdell did not travel with Oregon to the Pac-12 title game. Mario Cristobal, their head coach, said there's a chance he will return for this game. He ran for 285 yards and 3 touchdowns. He said the same thing about an important offensive lineman, Umave Laulu. They said that he may be in the lineup, may not. We don't know. Their defense allowed 409.5 yards and 27.3 points per game. And cornerback Dante Manning is very close to returning. We will find out. Junior linebacker Isaac Slade Matu Udia led the defense with 38 tackles and 1 sack out of Hawaii. Good-looking linebacker. Iowa State had their 5-game winning streak snapped with a 27-21 loss in the Big 12 championship game. They put up 441.1 yards of offense a game, 32.8 points per game. Junior quarterback Brock Purdy completed 66.4% of his passes for 18 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. He had thrown for 7 touchdowns and 0 interceptions in the 3 games leading up to the Big 12 championship, where he struggled through 3 picks, 1 touchdown pass. His favorite target is Xavier Hutchinson, who caught 60 passes for 726 yards, 4 touchdowns. They have a dangerous tight end as well. Charlie Kolar, 39 catches, 538 yards, 6 touchdowns. But they're led by star sophomore running back Breece Hall, who ran for 1,436 yards, 19 touchdowns. He's a monster. Their defense allowed just 343 yards, 21.8 points per game, led by 6'4", 245-pound junior linebacker Mike Rose. This guy's a monster. 90 tackles, 1.5 sacks, 4 interceptions. They're a healthy group. They have a defensive back, Arnold Azuna, and offensive lineman Jake Remsburg, questionable with undisclosed injuries. But they are a healthy group. We start with John Ryan, Fiesta Bowl. Take it away.
Well, I'm going to be on the under in this game, and it's another contrarian play that I like. And teams that lost their championship game, as I pull up this little system, they lost their championship game as a dog and now are favored in the bowl game, are 28-11 under for 72% winners going back to 2006. They're also 19-28 against the spread for 60% losers. So if you bet against Iowa State and take the under, that's what this system is saying, but the under is far more powerful based on that. So I think this game, in my opinion, portends to an over. The world is betting the over. I think the last consensus figures I scraped off the internet was like 78%, and accounting for barely 50% of the money. So that also adds fuel to my fire for the under. And we do have a system here. Let me get it here. I actually don't. I apologize. I don't know where that system got. I had it right here on my page, and now it disappeared.
No worries. You'll have a second to look it up.
Yeah.
We're going to go around the horn here.
You're
looking for the full game under?
Yeah, full game under, and I'll leave it at that.
Full game under. I will line shop for you, John. I'll come back and give you some shopping opportunities and give you a chance to pick up what you're looking for. Let's move over to Big Ragu here. Fiesta Bowl, Oregon, Iowa State.
I made a mistake with Oregon this year because I bet against them against USC. I usually like Oregon as a dog, but I was pretty high on UC, but they turned out to be posers, and Oregon took advantage of that opportunity. And like you said, their QB will be a coach or playing on Sundays, and I think one day Matt Campbell, he'll be coaching on Sundays too when he gets his opportunity because he's done a hell of a job with this Iowa State team. But they live and die by Purdy. He's I'm not going to call him a spark plug, but he's like the ultimate game manager for them, and they go by. And they were still able to win with the 3 picks, which was surprising. But I think they're going to get a different look this week against Oregon here. Oregon, they've been on this stage before. This is the first time that Iowa State's played on New Year's Day in the New Year's Day Bowl, and deservedly so. I just like the opportunity at Oregon. That it's kind of like they shouldn't be here, but they are. And now that they're in the spotlight, they've been there before. They know how to win as an underdog, and even though they have a lot of nice pieces up on the other side with Iowa State and their defense, I think the line on this game is right where it needs to be on the total and the number. It's probably the sharpest line that I come up with, up and down the board here for the bowl games. So I didn't have a play, but for the contest, trying to make up a little bit of ground here, I think I'm going to take Oregon on the money line in this spot. Just because it's something I like to do with Oregon when I play them as an underdog. I like them to win outright. I think their defense is good enough. I think they can hang with this team, and I think they're equally matched as far as talent. And I think it's a good opportunity for Oregon to come in here and walk away with a New Year's Day.
Is this a double up spread and money line or just money line?
No, yeah, I'm going to double. I'm going to take them. No, I'm just going to take the money line here. I'm not going to take the spread.
All right, we have a money line look for the Big Ragu on Oregon, and plus 155 at Circa. We can do better than that. Yeah, we can get you a plus 165 at PointsBet.
That sounds like a plan.
Ragu plus 165 PointsBet. And John, quickly for your total, there are options here. The highest total is 58.5 at FanDuel. It comes with minus 114 juice. That is at 58.5. Sorry, move here.
That'll work.
Okay, cool. That's the highest one.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to DJ Big Boss here. Fiesta Bowl. Take it away.
Man, I tell you, this Oregon team got to be one of the luckiest teams during the pandemic of them all. I mean, they was out of the championship game. They got the call. They got in there. They won, and now they off into a bowl game. And in the bowl game, they're playing in the. You forget to mention this is the PlayStation Fiesta Bowl. Each in the gift package, each player gets a PS5. So wow. Oregon got down there for a PS5 in the bowl game. You're getting a PS5. You going to Glendale, Arizona. I mean, they got so many benefits for them over there, man. It's unbelievable. I think the train stops here though, and I learned this from Big Ragu hanging out in the sports book sometimes. Sometimes you can hold the numbers up, you can do the totals, you can do whatever, but sometimes you just get a real gut feeling that, hey, this team's gonna kick the shit out of the other team. I mean, I'm high on teams that played 11 games total compared to a team that played 6 games for the season, who was already put out of this thing and bounced back. And this Iowa State team, it'd be all fun and games if they was just skimming by. But this Iowa State team played some tough games. They played some good football. And I was expecting them, to kind of just be mediocre this year. But, here they are in the bowl game against this West Coast team. And we seen what happened with Colorado. Pac-12 couldn't do it. The Pac-12 just ain't it. It ain't it, especially in this pandemic that we got right here. So I'm just going to throw it off the shoulder and say Iowa State minus the points.
Iowa State.
A pretty cool stat here, if you don't mind me interrupting.
The
quarterbacks are both from Arizona. Purdy played at Perry High in Gilbert and Shao, and Hamilton High in neighboring in Chandler, wherever that is. It's all in Arizona. They met twice in high school, with Perry led by Purdy, prevailing 65-63 and 63-60. So this is also the third time that the Ducks are coming to the Fiesta Bowl. But I thought that high school stat was pretty amazing.
Iowa State -4, -109 for Big Boss. This is very tough for me, but I have a very, very good ROI fading the Pac-12 teams. And when it comes down to it, I just feel like Iowa State is bigger. And I don't know how good the teams that Oregon were playing. And they lost to a couple of them. And we overvalued USC because of what Slovis was doing late. And I don't question whether Iowa State is good. I know they are. And I like that Iowa State's coming off of a loss. I like that. Oregon coming off a win. I am going to stay with the fading the Pac teams. I'm going to be with Big Boss on Iowa State -4. And that's where we land. So we have John Ryan on under 58.5, Big Ragoo +165, Big Boss Iowa State -4, -109, and I'm on Iowa State -4, 109. And this was such a tough game for me. I don't know if I'm not going to bet this tonight.